Another Wednesday. It's another Wednesday. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Behind the business, promise Mangum. Okay? Behind the business, promise Mangum. We are not playing around. We're not playing around. And tonight, a super special guest. Super special guest. She is one of the hardest working people I think I know online who's doing really big things because I've seen her athletes before I saw who represented her or represented them. So that means she's doing some work behind the scenes, a lot of stuff. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, let people know who you are. Hey, what's up?
Hey, everybody. I am Shajaunna Jordan. I am the owner of Ladies First Sports Agency, the first ever female focused sports agency in the world.
So you're the first.
The first.
The first. There you go.
The
Okay.
first.
Because I think when IG
No one.
one of the first, but you are
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah. That's
There you
how
go.
it works in my lane. I always pride myself on doing what others don't want to do. And I always felt that being in sports for women was a difficult task, and it was difficult for women to conquer the professional realm without having any backlash or not receiving the support they needed. So I knew it was a way to start to get these women in order and get them where they want to be in life, and that's to actually play professional sports. So I have a professional sports agency, and we're not just geared towards women in basketball, but all sports.
There you go. So you just ran into the first question, your beginnings. So you kind of sort of went into that. Elaborate a little bit more, I guess, on the need. Because one of the biggest things that I do know, representation in any aspect is a big deal, especially when it comes to quote unquote minorities. Let's just say it, and it's not just black and white stuff, but women, classes, like there's just different sections of minorities. So you saw a niche, you went for it, you did it. When we talked about before, one of the biggest things you said was, I need to go ahead and get this LLC going and let's just go. You're a go-getter.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I do love. I do stuff and then build a plane while I fall. So tell us about that, the beginnings of that journey.
Well, the beginning of just getting it started, I really didn't have any clients, right? So you have to have clients to have an agency. So I started the IPWB League, which is the Independent Professional Women's Basketball League. I started my first team in Chicago, called the Chicago Breeze. And then I started my second team in Indiana called the Indy Bandits. They were based out of Indianapolis. And it was a great opportunity for me to start to help women get on their professional journey. So once I started getting women jobs in that area, I said, well, yeah, I think it's time for me to start this agency because now I have a platform for women to get exposure and experience because that's primarily what the league was about, exposure and experience. You got the opportunity to play against women that played in the WNBA, women that played overseas. And, that's just how it started in 2018. I started in 2016, 2018. I said LLC, and now we're in there.
That's it. What challenges were there as far as because to do a whole league and then saying, look, we're going to do an agency, that's huge. You're in bigger markets. I believe a little bit bigger than here in North Carolina. We got some pretty big markets, the Raleigh area, Charlotte area. But when you say Chicago, you're talking about a big area. When you say Indianapolis, you're talking about, a big area. So for you to start off with the league first and then go into agency, what was that connection of ownership? I want to really get into your thoughts on that ownership type deal because You own a league, and now it's like I need to own this. You know what I'm saying? So that's very very interesting dynamic.
Yeah. So honestly, it's all about the little dynasty that I have. I wanted to make sure that I had extensions of the agency because the agency would be the primary host. And for a league to be owned by a sports agency shows more credibility than any other league out here in the United States that the women can compete in domestically, regardless of if they're paying you or if you have an opportunity to make funds on the side. It's still a league in itself, and it's really not serving its main purpose of getting women an opportunity to play professionally. So with Ladies First Sports Agency, they own the IPWBL League. They own the Girls Become Women Sports Foundation, as well as they own the Men to Sports Management. And I'm saying they as if it's not me, but all of these things are connected. And when you see one, you'll see the other because we all have the same purpose, and that's to provide experience and exposure for girls and women and young men that want that opportunity to be successful. My Men to Sports Management only started because I need for my son to have wealth and go.
There
So
you go.
he'll be the first guy probably starting his own agency.
There you go. One of the biggest questions as far as representation is the change, because it goes to my second question of the rise of representation in the front office. You are the front office. Do you think that these moves that you are doing are going to change where, and I won't say the NBA. I won't even go that big. Let's say some of these other leagues, the minor leagues that are around here, that I think are doing really big things. They have a pretty nice reach. They have a pretty nice fan base. They um, not name dropping nothing, because East Carolina, East Coast Basketball League, they're doing really well.
Mhm.
Winston Wolves, what's up? Y'all already know what it is. But those type of entities, as far as changing the way how the front offices ran and really building out that ownership, that community like that. Like, what are your thoughts of that's happening in the future because sports is beginning to get into that realm of not segmentation, but um, diversity.
You can already see it's pretty a lot of women that run the front office and WNBA organizations. So I do believe that women are going to start to come to the forefront when it comes to owning their own businesses. It's crazy because a lot of women are already in that position, run their own businesses, and to help women in every other area. So I do believe that women will now start to take more ownership of our sports and our recreation and help to put it out there in a better light so we can receive the same type of support financially. We have
Mhm.
the following. We just have to have it out there and it has to be seen. So what I do, my part is I offer internships. I offer internships for high schoolers and for collegiate athletes or collegiate students that are in the sports management field. Pretty
Cool.
much any field, social media, everything. I've graduated over 75 student athletes. I currently have an intern now that at the University of Alabama who's going to receive college credit. So work for working for Ladies First, and she's getting firsthand experience. So I think that the more of us that you see in the forefront, it'll be some more coming behind us.
75 graduates. See, I told you, she's not about to play around like this. This is not a
And they
little.
on the website, so and their names on the website, so you can go check it out if you don't believe me.
Hey, you are very legit. You are very thorough when it comes to the business of it. I went to the website. I was like, oh, Oh, okay. This is you are not playing. Like it was a very
And
um
I did it too.
yeah. There you go. I'm saying like it's very because sometimes you go to the websites or whatever, and it's like you can kind of sort of tell that there's a webmaster or something that somebody else is doing, posting up stuff, and it's like yeah, it's cool, whatever. But it's like it doesn't have that voice. Your voice travels through that website from all your social
Thank
media stuff. It's like
you.
yeah, no, it really does. And that's why I was like very impressed. I guess that's the word I want to say as far as take it seriously.
Yeah.
Even when I hit you on IG, um, you're like, yo, this is what it is, boom, 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 boom. And it was like, okay, so that is a really good deal. So you kind of sort of segue into the how to advance the culture. You already are doing that because you're, having folk graduate with experience. They're out there doing big deals. Um, so that's a really awesome deal. As far as like the growth. Um, so let's go to the Spitfire question real quick. What's your favorite? What is your favorite moment so far of your journey? You say you've been here since 2018, so it's like
16,
16.
16, but 18 legally.
Gotcha. I understand. I understand. Hey, hey. I'm not. Hey, what was your favorite moment so far of your of your journey? All right.
Okay, we go. All right. Well, honestly, it was last year I was able to go to Africa. And that was the first time in my life that I could have even dreamed that I would ever have the opportunity to go to Africa, but to go to Africa under my agency and to help women and kids and build courts and give sports, like a lot of sports they've never heard of, a lot of sports they've never played before. They never had backboards, they only played netball. So to be
Mhm.
able to teach them, give them a new experience, and to feel all the love because they were like, "You coming back? You gotta come back." So I was in Lusaka, Africa's in Zambia.
Yes,
Mhm.
got you. Hey, that's awesome. Like as far as like traveling off of your hustle, traveling off of your dream, and to see those things actually um, take shape and actually help you, experience things. That's a really awesome type deal. Awesome type of deal. Um, I'm guessing one of the biggest things that I want to know, um, the future. What is the future? Because you said you're doing the other sports and stuff like that, and it's not just about lady stuff, building wealth and all that. So what's the future that you can see? Um, that you can see.
I always have goals and aspirations to do more. And every year I can honestly say I get better because I have to learn from my mistakes. And I get better from those mistakes that I did make, even though they may not be noticeable, but I know they've happened and I know I need to fix them. But within the next 5 years, I can honestly say I see myself like doing every single sport.
Oh
As a
yeah,
matter of fact, I have a team that'll be starting in North Carolina, volleyball team for women at the professional level,
Ex-
USAV. I'm going to offer women an opportunity to play overseas as well, to get opportunities to play in Athletes Unlimited. So I'm just looking about just expanding. I already have a soccer team in Ghana, Ideal Ladies Football Club.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
That's,
so
that's crazy.
I want to make sure I hit every single realm. So now it's no excuse. It's no
So
excuse.
you already know it. So you brought up AU, and that's very interesting. Like, is AU? Do you consider them a competitor? No, okay, cool. And that was like one of those things that I was because like I've been seeing what they're doing. I've been seeing the investments that they've gotten. I've been seeing like they're not strict but very laser focused on um like, what offerings they are building and stuff like that. So for you to bring that up, that's awesome, because it's like,
Well,
okay,
I have a client. I have a client that plays in AU, Antoinette Bannister. She's over in Albania right now, and
excellent.
she'll be leaving next week to come back to get ready for AU. She'll be playing in Dallas. So when I go live, I'll be on courtside. You'll see me courtside. But Antoinette Bannister, she was actually invited back.
Excellent.
AU Hoops is perfect
Yeah,
because you think about it, they get the chance to play and compete right here at home. And
mhm,
then guess what? Summer season, WNBA starts. It's
definitely.
perfect timing. Also, AU has other sports. They did volleyball here last year. It was a hit in Dallas. And when I say here,
Yeah,
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas now.
gotcha.
Um, but they did it in Dallas and they got a huge showing. So why not? I want to partner with AU.
Yeah.
AU, if you hear me, let's partner. Let's work together. We can get these women all off. We can do it
Hey,
together.
hey, like I said, it was one of those things that I was like, okay, I don't know if AU. Yeah. So there you go. Hey, get a partnership. Let's go. Let's
There's
go,
no
bro.
competition. Let me tell you now, there's no competition for me because no one else is doing what I'm doing. No
Say it
one.
again. Say it again.
No one else is doing what I'm doing. So there's no competition. None. I don't see it. What Just let me know.
Hey,
Because if somebody else want to take on this responsibility of making sure that our girls and that our women have the same equal rights as men when it
yeah,
comes to sport, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to promotion, when it comes to sponsorship, when it comes to television ratings. I mean, every Sunday, yeah, we can count on all women's hoops, but what about the rest of the days of the week? So we have to be seen. And like I said, I don't really fear anybody. I'd rather work with them than to have them try to come after what I actually do because you're gonna have a hard time trying to do what I do. You don't have the blueprint. God gave me this template, and when He gave it to me, He told me to create it.
see, and a lot of people, I want everybody to understand that for real. Like, when people are like, hey, I got this vision, I'm gonna say this, and you say it to people, and people be like, oh, it ain't gonna work, or people try to steal, they're like try to, come back and try to do it. It's not gonna do it. Like, you definitely said that right, because it's like, it, the, it's, you share it, you shared it just to get out there, and that motivation is just for you. So if somebody wants to try to take it or whatever, that's not, you shouldn't be afraid of that. So I
Mm-mm.
understand that 100%. Last question. I have a final thoughts, but I do want to get into this one real quick because you say you have a lot of athletes overseas.
Yes.
And we also know, what recently has happened with BG and stuff like that. What are concerns when it comes to safety overseas? Because that is one thing I think that's a still a big ticket discussion, because
Yes.
it's like, a lot of people just don't know. We don't know all the ins and outs. We will never know all the ins and outs. That's just
Mhm.
one of those things. But it's just like, for that to happen so publicly and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on safety when it comes to overseas play and stuff?
So I would lie if I would say, "Oh, I'm not concerned about it." My women don't have the Brittany Griner stature or popularity, but that's a lie because my women are my women, and they are all famous in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when I am receiving offers, the majority of the time, since I've been in this for the last 7 years, I've made a lot of connections with individuals. And of course, I found individuals that weren't great, but then I found individuals that were great. And I trust that they will make sure that my women are safe. I make sure that my women go into areas that where there's no wars. I make sure that my women go into areas where Americans are fully accepted and that at any point in time they're going to be protected. I make
Mm-hmm.
sure that the president knows me personally, regardless to if I am getting this job for my client through another agent. Um, I want them to know who I am because I will be the person that will definitely call you when there's a problem.
You saying president as far as the president of the
club or the team.
yeah. I just want to,
Yeah, clarify that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
not
I ain't
not
got no
saying that you
real.
may not have that pull, because you might get some presidents, some country presidents, you might have that pull. I
Well,
don't know.
I'm
But,
from Chicago, so Barack I might be able to have him on speed dial. So
but I want to clarify that.
yeah, but, make sure women are. We all have a WhatsApp group. I have their individual WhatsApp because that's the way we communicate. So I make sure that, hey, like I have a client that's leaving actually tomorrow for Morocco as well. This will put me up to a total client count of 3 in Morocco, and 2 are on the same team, and she's going alone. So she has a flight in the morning. I'll be getting up with her. I'll be calling her to remind her, hey, do you have everything you need? Did you make sure you get your cube for your blocks? Because they don't have the same outlets as we do. So it's all the small things that a lot of agents or agencies don't do, that they don't help their clients with. I'm available for my clients 24 hours a day, and they know this. They can call me, they can text me, FaceTime me. Nothing is ever too important, because for me, if it was my child and they were all the way across waters and I couldn't get to them, but if they called me and told me they needed my assistance, I'm there. So I feel like I treat my agency like a family. Like my vice president is a former WNBA player, first woman to graduate from the University of Illinois and go straight to the WNBA, a WNBA champion with the Detroit Shock, overseas professional for 18 years. I mean, who else could I learn from better? I've been knowing my vice president since she was 14. So I know this was a no brainer for the both of us. So I know that I myself will do everything in my power to protect my athletes. And if there's something that I can't do, believe me, I'm going to get on the phone to make it happen.
Hey, go in the back. That's it.
But it's the safety. I agree. I am always nervous because we never know what can happen. But I have trust agents in the clubs that I deal with that they will protect my women.
There you go. There you go. So, you had any final thoughts? You had anything you want to say? Shout outs. It don't matter. What's up?
Okay, to know weekend. I know it's kind of late in Worth, Texas. I am having an actual athlete client recruitment of basketball players. I have some leagues and some teams that'll be starting up overseas in Saudi Arabia and some good places that are now starting teams. And I was the first agency they reached out to, and I feel blessed for that. So Saturday, January 28th, we're having an athlete recruitment event at Eastern Hills High School in Fort Worth, Texas. You can go to the Instagram page. The link is in the bio. It'll give you a description of everything that's going to happen and what we're going to do. Please feel free to always reach out to me at ladiesfirstsportsagency.com. Go to appointments and click on the personalized appointment with you and me, and we'll discuss your dreams and aspirations, and I will help you pursue those things. And it doesn't matter. Remember, ladies, I don't care what sport it is. I'm going to find the agent. I'm going to find the team. I'm going to find the league, and it's going to be yours. Okay. So please always feel free. I'm open. Hit me up. I got all your questions answered.
Hard working, and that's what you need. That's it. Actually, no. I have one more final. I have one little other thing. Because the only reason I'm asking this is because last year I did the Hoops and Hip Hop Conference down here in Greensboro, and there's a lot of talk about the NILs, stuff like that. And you're sitting back like you want to say a couple things. I want to know what your thoughts on that, because like obviously you're very good at brand building, especially personal brand building. So this NIL stuff, like I want to kind of sort of like, because like there was a buzzword last year and that cooled off, but it's like, is that still one of those things where what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so my son was the first 12-year-old to have an NIL deal in the state of
Oh,
Illinois. I don't know about the world, but I know in the state of Illinois, he was the first. Thank you. Push to Be Great brand. It's an awesome clothing and apparel brand, but they also have a STEM program that they want to help teach athletes and the youth on how to push themselves to become great. NIL deals are amazing. They're awesome. I wish I had one when I played. Maybe I could have a little extra money in pocket, but it's a supportive situation. But it also helps that business get more foot traffic and get noticed by people that they would have never targeted for their market or their audience. So NIL deals are a great way to boost your athletes. Notoriety, and then also to teach the athletes some responsibility about working, because you have to make social media posts. You have to promote this brand when you wear their apparel. You have to be a great person. It's not putting on a facade. You have to literally be that person. So I know that NIL deals are awesome because you must protect your name, your image, and your likeness at all parts. But why not lend that to a business that may be struggling and may need a little extra help because you have what, 1,500 followers, maybe 2K, 3K, and that's a
mhm.
reach for that business. So I wouldn't mind paying an athlete to promote my brand, to promote my business, because everyone is on social media and even in print. Appearances keeps the athlete responsible and letting them know that I have to be here at this time. I have to be prepared. Speaking, it helps
Mhm.
with public speaking, being able to express themselves, because now all they want to do is text. So I think the NIL deal is awesome. It's a great thing. I'll be teaching high schoolers coming up next month in February, starting at Crane High School in Chicago with another entity. Lost track of the name. Please forgive me, but um, another entity. And so I'll be going to the high schools and I'll take my projector and I have my slides and I will go over every instance. I'll even bring a mock contract for them to review just in case they need to see, what it looks like. Again, exposure, you're gaining the experience, and now you know how to respond when these things are brought to you. Unlike women, right? Girls aren't told at a young age that they can play professional sports,
That's
because they'll tell a boy in elementary school, oh, if that boy get this training, he do this, he go there, he can go to the pros. But what about her? Can she do the same? Half of us started out playing on boys' teams, so you don't think we're good enough to be professionals?
there you go.
So all of those things are building, like you said, the athlete, building the brand, but then
Hmm.
also teaching responsibility to our athletes, so they don't look at them like they're just a bunch of dumb jocks.
There you go. Like, hey, I know I could talk all night with you because like you are very focused. You're very laser focused. You're not playing around. You put up. You put it up and you go. You put up what you say and you just go and you get results. Like and that's what at the end of the day it's about getting results, and your results are actually showing off 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 fold. It just is.
Thank you.
So no,
Thank
for real. So
Like
um
I've coached for 15 years, 7 years at the college level, high school level, taught at the college level for 13 years,
there you go.
taught at the high school level for seven, and so for me, teaching, coaching, all of this goes hand in hand. And so you
Right?
have to know when you're able to put things in effect. As long as you're a leader, being a leader is the most important thing. And right now, I know in my lane, I'm the
Hmm.
leader in my lane because nobody wanted to take on this responsibility. And it's not a bad thing, because every day I don't feel like I'm working. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm having the time of my life. But
yeah.
uh, this is something that I take serious. I
Mhm.
love to do it every day. I don't miss a day. If I do miss a day, it's because I needed to sleep. But other than that, I'm in it every day.
I understand that. I understand that feeling. I understand that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, well, like I said, we're actually at the 30, a little bit more over the 30-minute mark. I really want to keep stuff kind of, at the 30-minute mark. But like I said, I could talk all day with you because you are very laser focused, and that's a good deal. And it really just builds out character, and it
Thank
motivates me to actually doing better, as far as for Bankshot, as far as personally, and making sure that, those opportunities, whether it is in basketball, whether it is in esports, because
you.
I'm really heavy in esports right now. Whether it's alternative sports, maybe things that we haven't thought of yet. Like anything that builds up character, anything that builds up awareness and just expands minds of athletes. Um, that's where I'm at. So, hey,
Well,
thank
feel
you.
free to have any of my clients on,
Yeah.
especially Antoinette Bannister from AAU. She's going back when she gets back from Kosovo. Maybe we could
Yeah.
set something up,
Yeah, no, we're definitely getting up because, like I said, I want to, continue just building. So I think, that we're talking about that one after we end the show. But yeah, everything is great. Thank you so much for being on here. As you can see, y'all down below, that's the website, Ladies First Sports Agency.com, and it's on Instagram as well as Ladies First Sports Agency. Okay, that's it. That
That's
is it.
it.
We are not playing around. We are doing it. We're doing it real big, and we are really building out brand and community around here. Well, until next week, Promise Mango. You go ahead and just stay on until I end it. But I'm just gonna do my credits. Like I said, next week, Promise Mango, we'll be up here. Next week's actually gonna be really good because I'm gonna have my homeboy up here, and we're gonna talk about all of our failures. Okay, I've known my homeboy for 20 years. 20 years. We've done different business stuff, together and separately, and we have both failed forward. We have failed forward. We're still falling forward. We are still trying to get to that level of getting there to where it doesn't feel like we're working anymore. We're just doing work and getting paid for doing something that we love. So next week is going to be really, really, really awesome because we're going to talk about failures and failing forward. Anyway, Promise Man, we already know what it is. I will holler at y'all next week, and y'all be easy. Peace.